So a very good afternoon to all of you. So today on this lecture of signal system, I'll be continuing from the Teutul factor that we covered in the last class. Now first of all, have a look at this F0, F1, F2, F3, and the relationship between F0, F1, F2. That is the DFT obtained in K domain, the DFT in omega domain, the frequency components, and its equivalent relation with the discretized value of Fn, that is at F0, F1, F2 and F3. Just have a look at this. First of all, the matrix needs to be formed. The formation of matrix had been discussed earlier, so I am straight away moving to the decision making regarding the exponential power of Teutul factors 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So these are the first elements of the matrix in the rows and in the columns. Now coming back to the first part, that is in this row, you can see in this part the Kn is 1 because K is 1 and N is also 1. In the second element of this matrix, K is 2, N is 1, so it is 2 into 1, 2. Wn3 is K equals to 1, N equals to 3, so Wn3. So in this way, the elements of the matrix are formed. For example, for the F2 part, the K is 2 and the N is 0, so it becomes 1. Again the K is 2, have a look at this, K is 2, N is 1, so it becomes Wn2. Again K is 2 and N is 2, so it becomes Wn4. And coming to the last part, that is Wn6. Again coming to F3, 1, Wn3, Wn6 and Wn9. Now just we have to perform matrix multiplication and we will get the values. Now for the calculations involving the values of Teutul factor, just have a look at this. Wn1 becomes e raised to power j 2 pi by n, okay, with a minus sign. Now e raised to power minus j pi by 2 will give you minus j, as you can see from this part. Wn2 will give us the value of minus 1 because e to the power minus j 2 pi by, this is a 4-point DFT, so capital N become 4, so sorry, e to the power minus j 2 pi by 4 into 2, so you are sure to get e to the power minus j pi, that is minus 1. Now coming back to Wn3 is nothing but e to the power minus j 3 pi by 2 because 4 n is, capital N is 4 and kn is 3, okay, and 2 cancels the 4, so we get 3 pi by 2. Now we are well versed that Wn4 will be equals to Wn0 equals to Wn1. Now come, when F0, F1, F2 and F3 are given, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, minus 2, 3 and 4, the values of the vectors are kept, the elements of matrix are kept, and subsequent multiplication, that is the subsequent matrix multiplication, will give us the value of F0, F1, F2, F3, that the values are coming out to be 6, 2 plus 6j, minus 2 minus 6j and 2. Now let's move forward to the number of complex multiplications, that is the multiplications which are taking place while calculating the discrete Fourier transform, because in so many studies this number plays a vital role. So we have to calculate the total number of complex multiplications. That is very simple and very easier to calculate. First of all, get the expression of Fk. Fk is summation Fn e to the power minus j omega n, and n is varying from 0 to n minus 1. Then we will be calculating f of k by putting these values. So if we are here to calculate f of 0, capital F of 0, that is the value of DFT for k equals to 0, then we can simply expand this summation. This is Wn e to the power minus j omega n. J is sampled to get 2 pi k by n. Now kn will be kept intact and e to the power minus j pi by n will become w. I think it is very simple. So e to the power minus j pi by n is w. Okay, 2 pi by n is w. Now you can see, have a look at this. K into n is 1, k into n is 0. Wn to the power 0, here k into n is 2, 3 and so on. Simply, if we want to calculate f of 1, again f naught wn0, f1 wn1, f2 wn2, f3 wn3 and up to wn to the power n minus 1. Now if we come to straight away to f of 2, it will be again f of 0, wn0, f of 1, wn2, so on. These all are kn. You simply multiply the k with the n values and you are going to get the values. Now have a look at this. Each term, for example, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 till this n minus terms. N minus, it is going up to n minus 1 terms and starting from n equals to 0. So total number of terms are capital N. So we can straight away say that one DFT, a single point DFT, that is f of 0, is having n complex multiplication. Are you getting it? The number of complex multiplications are capital N. Now if we come to the number of complex multiplications in 2 point DFT, then it will be going to be 2n, n into 2. So this DFT is actually varying from 0 to n minus 1. So it is a capital N point DFT. So if we have to calculate this capital N point DFT, that is going to be n into n, n square. So in an n point DFT, the number of complex multiplications will be n square. I think I am quite clear with regard to this. Okay. Now coming back to the number of additions. Yes, the number of additions. How many additions are happening in this whole expression? So have a look at this. These are 2 terms, okay, and in these 2 terms, between these 2 terms, a single addition is happening. Between 3 terms, 2 additions are happening. Is it clear? So we straight away come to this n minus 1 terms. So till n equals to n minus 1, there will be n terms in totality. Yes, there will be n terms in totality. So for the first point in DFT, the number of terms are capital N. I think this is correct. Yes. Now if 2 terms are having 1 addition, 3 terms are having 2 additions, then n terms will be having n minus 1 additions. So the number of additions in a single term will be n minus 1. A single point DFT will be n minus 1. If this is clear, if this n minus 1 is clear, then from first, second, third till n terms, the number of additions will be n minus 1 into n. Capital N minus 1 into n terms. So we can easily calculate the number of additions happening in the DFT and the number of multiplications happening in the DFT, and this is of vital importance while solving the matrix. So I hope that these concepts are vital and are quite clear. We'll be meeting with you in the next lecture. Thank you.